All right, so top five. Who's on your top five of best black comedians? All right, we only talking about black stand-up comedians. Stand-up comedians that are black. All right, that's the rules. Go. List your top five. We about to do the same. We gonna see who's gonna go first with this little coin flip. Almost did the same thing you did last
So
year.
I won the coin toss. So I'm
The what?
the coin toss.
There you go.
What I say?
The toy toss. The toy toss.
The coin toss. Yeah.
What you got? I got heads.
Okay. That's tails.
Tails. I don't never win, honestly. Like, I don't even know why we do
You
this.
really don't.
But I should be like, yo, go.
You
go,
really
go,
don't.
man.
I'm sorry, baby. It's the coin. I don't know.
Coin don't like me.
We've used different coins. I don't know. I don't know. I be calling it. I still get it.
Coin don't like me.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, since I know that comedy is your genre, I'm gonna pass it to you.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pass it
All
to
right.
you.
Thank you, baby.
Yes. You're welcome.
All right, let's get to it then.
So, who's your top
Top
five favorite black stand-up comedians?
All right, so I'm gonna go in reverse order. And for the rest of these categories, I don't know if they're really gonna be in order, but for this one, I can put them in order because this is mine.
Excuse me, yes.
All right, make sure I got them right.
Because again, he did not go over
I
this
did not
prior to
go
the
over
show.
the part. I want to make sure I don't lay nobody off. You mad at me? So we got. All right, number 5. Godfrey the comedian, baby.
Oh! I didn't even think of him!
My man's Godfrey. Now Godfrey's one of my favorite comedians outside of stand-up, but like I've watched some of his stand-ups now and I really like them as well.
Yeah, I would like to see his stand-up.
His stand-ups are hilarious because he's kind of like perfected this art of impersonations, and I did not like
impressions.
His impressions are spot on, and at first I didn't really like impressions that much. It's like as a comedic like method, you know what I mean?
I mean, people, you gotta be skilled with that.
You gotta be skilled at it.
Yeah.
So one is like you have to be really skilled at it, and not everybody is. And then 2 is like you have to have the energy for it. You know, you have to have like you can't just have a good impression and not embody the type of person who you're impersonating. You gotta put the whole thing on and have the attitude and everything. Even the subject that you're talking about should contain something that they might have said or would be weird that they would say in a certain situation. So Godfrey has mastered the art of doing impersonations while storytelling. So so it's like he'll weave in like, so what if Steve Harvey was in a situation like this, but it's not like somebody paint me a scenario and then like, you know how some comedians do that, like give me a scenario and then they'll do it. Like no, Godfrey will have like a whole joke set up for him and incorporate that in like impersonation into the joke, and you're like, holy shit, I did not see that coming. So Godfrey number 5 for sure.
Okay. See, again, options. I was like, who is stand-up comedians? Forgot about Godfrey. Godfrey's amazing.
Right.
I would definitely agree to that.
Right. I'm gonna go. Most of mine are living. I'm gonna go with one that's not living, just because. I just have to, like Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac's number 4.
Thought you were gonna go.
Yeah. The rest of mine are gonna be living comedians. We didn't specify that when it comes to this, but I did.
What you want?
I ain't scared anymore. I ain't scared anymore. Woo! So yeah, if y'all don't know Bernie Mac, because there might be some like younger people who just don't know.
Okay, first off, watch the Kings of Comedy. Like
hilarious.
Kings of Comedy. Watch it.
Hilarious. So right, Bernie Mac. When I first saw his stand up, it was that famous one when he was, I believe, at Def Jam, and the whole "I ain't scared of you motherfuckers" one. That was the first time I seen him in stand up, and it was so hilarious because again, maybe it's just a thing with me and the comedians I like. He was able to bring the whole room in with him when he just started talking and was able to command respect within his jokes and bring you into the jokes, draw you into it. That's like the mark of a good comedian. So that combined with the Bernie Mac show and everything else.
So you know what I heard? I heard it was a specific joke that he had on the Kings of Comedy saying that every other King of Comedy had a show and he didn't. And that's how he got the show.
Oh, wow. Hey, that makes sense. You better get that man that show.
Right? Like, I'm one of the kings and I don't got no show. The hell?
Just wrong. You know? But he got his show, and that's great. I might get to that later on. We'll see. Later on. Sneak peek into to my list. But that would be number 4. Number 3, the God, Chris Rock. Yes. Chris Rock has been one of my... Like, if you would have asked me this probably, like, maybe 5 years ago, he would have been on my top 2, probably, and he would have probably been 1. You know, because prior to Dave Chappelle coming out, I kind of ruined the first one, but whatever. Don't care. Y'all know who number 1 was. Come on, dog. It's fucking Dave. Anyways, y'all know who number 2 is, though. But back to Chris, my number 3. Chris Rock, body of work, fucking amazing. Come on. His stand-ups. You know, I know that we're not going to talk about the rest of the stuff later, but he did other projects and movies that I love as well. But yes, when it comes to stand-up, Chris Rock, hands down, one of the funniest people. And what I like about him in particular is he makes you think, and he has a political twist sometimes without saying anything like, I'm on this side or whatever. He mentions politics in a smart way that's digestible for black people and which we can all understand. So, like, the whole bullet control joke, one of the funniest things ever. We don't need no damn gun control. We need bullet control. I bet you if bullets cost $5,000, motherfuckers would think twice. I'll bust a cap in your ass if I could afford it. Know that joke by heart. Why? Because that's just classic. So that's my number 3. Number 2. Ooh, the God, Eddie Griffin. Eddie fucking Griffin, dog.
Yes.
This dude is, I think, probably the most underrated comedian out here. Give this man his flowers ASAP, all right? His stand-ups are so hilarious. The way he breaks stuff down, the things that he dares to touch, and the fact that he can do it in such a clever way, man. I've never had anybody break stuff down like that outside of my number 1, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, what can you say about the man? He's culturally always right there at the right time. Always. You know what I mean? Like, just comedic timing is great when you're telling jokes. Like, you're on the stand-up stage. But I think he has performance timing, if that makes sense. Like, he would put out a special when you needed him to put out a special. He had us waiting all that time, and I didn't even know I needed a break from Dave Chappelle until when he came back, and I was like, you know, I kind of was glad that you were gone. Other people did need to speak. I needed to hear other perspectives. I needed you to have your own perspective
and growth journey.
And for you to grow. So it's like when you came back in rare form, dog. You came back with the heat. And that's exactly what I wanted and I needed at that time. Even when you commented on some of the fucked up shit that's going on right now, you came with the heat. You came in with the truth and the facts. So all that, Dave Chappelle, my number 1 black stand-up comedian.
And we did have the honor of seeing Dave Chappelle live. And that was it was a concert for Nas and Lauryn Hill.
Do you understand?
Like that alone. And then there was Dave Chappelle surprisingly joined the ticket. Right? So we was like, oh, and we was high, y'all.
Had that good Gorilla Glue.
Oh yes. It was hilarious.
Yes. It was a great night. He was performing jokes from his stand-up before he came back, too. Like,
oh, yeah. We had to turn our phones in because they couldn't, have anything out.
So the jokes that I heard on the stand-up on Netflix were ones that I heard, like some of them, obviously. He did the whole thing. That I heard that night when I went to see Nas and Lauryn Hill. So that night was definitely one of the best nights I've had. Thank you also for, she was the one who paid for most of that stuff at the time.
Sugar Mama?
Yeah, something like that. No, but back in the day, because I just got out here. That was when I first came to Oakland, and it's like...
Nah, I was on my trip. I was in New Orleans, and then I was on the cruise to Mexico. And you was like, hey, they got this Nas and Lauryn Hill concert.
Dang, I don't even remember you were on that trip.
Yes, because you texted me while I was on the trip, because I think the concert was right when I got back. So I was like, I mean... The tickets were cheap, but it's far from us, so we had to think about.
It was more so about the transportation, and hotel, and all that stuff.
But
how we do.
But yeah,
it was a great show.
That was a great night. It was a great experience. I'm glad you suggested it to me.
Yeah, no.
My
overall,
phone
it's
was
great.
about to go out of service too.
But yeah, that's my top 5. Yeah, and as you can see, like I have literal memories, stand-up memories, live performances when it comes to Dave Chappelle. So he's always gonna have a special place in my heart, comedically, and just in general. He's moved the culture forward for sure. So it's my top 5. I want to hear yours. I'm so curious.
Okay, so first off.